It works alright, good. Hello everyone, sorry about that terrible start. This is our first video on the Triple Studios YouTube channel. Welcome to the first Scratch tutorial. I'm Sacksooma, and we're going to be designing our own 2D survival game on Scratch. So let's start it right now. So let's click the green flag. Let's go to settings, turn down this volume. Well, maybe not all the way. There we go. Now let's play. This is basically what it's going to be. You're going to be able to hold items, go in your inventory, see cups of water. You're going to fill that up with F. All the instructions will be here. Go back in the inventory and it will be full of water. Then if we drink it, there are a couple of bugs, you know, but that is fine. We need to also view our survival watch. So that's our food, that's our water, that's our oxygen. So let's quickly grab everything. There we go. Do we need to eat the fish? Yes, 1, 2. Let's just eat a third one just in case. There we go. Our oxygen is low. So let's quit out of that and let's go back up. There we go. Water needs drinking. There we go. So that's basically going to be it. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, let's head over to your stuff. For everyone else, it's my stuff. Just head over to that folder icon. Then you want to click on New Project. And when it loads, the first thing you want to do is name your project. So whatever you want to name it, that's what I would call it. So I'm gonna call it, I'm not too sure, let's just call it Cat Cast Away. There we go. So the first thing that we've done is now renamed it, so it's now Cat Cast Away, which is what we need, because otherwise if it's just Untitled 1, we won't know what project we're working on and it would be a bit stiff. Alright, so the next thing that you want to do is go over to backdrops and go to this backdrop sign here, click on it and see backdrop 1. We want to rename that to menu. Once it's called menu, just click down here, or click anywhere where you're not actually clicking another button and it will confirm it for you. I think you can also click enter and check. Yep, you can click enter and it will do the exact same thing. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and fill the screen with the color background that you want for your menu. So I'm gonna go have a nice light blue sort of thing, like let's do there. It's a nice normal color. And first thing, I'm gonna actually do this in bitmap, because for some reason in my vector the fill doesn't actually fill the background, which is annoying. Alright, next thing you want to do is just write your first bit of code. You're not writing it, you're just making the blocks. But this tutorial is for beginners, because this tutorial doesn't go too deep into all the variables and stuff. We do go into the variables a little bit for like the basic stuff, but that'll be later on in the tutorial. So first thing you want to do is go to events and grab the when green flag is clicked block. It should look like this. It just means when you click this, something will happen. If you are new to Scratch, this is a good tutorial for you, in my opinion, because it just means that we are doing some beginner stuff and it will help you understand what we need to do. So the first thing you want to do is drag this switch backdrop to menu, because that means when people click the green flag, the menu backdrop will appear, and that's what we want. So next thing we can do, we can go ahead and get rid of that sprite there, but we need to go get another sprite. We need to go get another sprite, and we're going to search for a button. This button here will do, and we want to drag it into the place where we want it. So there is absolutely perfect. Then all we want to do is go ahead and place some text on it saying play. Maybe we can change the color a bit. So if the color is black, yeah, that's good. So actually wait. That's good. So now we're going to Control V that, and we're going to Control V this into the exact same place, which is good. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and go to code, and we want to make it so we want to go back to events. When green flag clicked, we want to drag that, and then you want to go over to looks, and you want to make sure that it is switch to costume button to A, because that means we can make it so when you click the button, it changes the color of the button. So when you click it, it'll go. If you pay attention here, it'll go. Or we can make it so if it's touching the mouse, like so, it would be changed to orange. When it's not touching the mouse, it would be turned to blue. But we're not going to do that because that is quite complicated, and especially in the first couple of, I guess, say hours, we just want to be focused on the main game first, and like what the game does before we go into too much detail. We'll add all the hard stuff later on, but yeah, in this video we're just going to be trying to fix and create any bugs, and we're going to try fix any bugs that we cause here, and we're also going to be trying to create the menu. The next thing you want to do is, obviously we don't need to test it because we know what it does, nothing happens. We want to go back over to the backdrops. We want to go back to backdrops. Now I know it says menu, but it doesn't really look like a menu. All it has is a play button, which is, I guess it's fair. It's fair, but I say we make this 0, 0. So now it's in a dead center. Next thing we want to do is go over the backdrops again, get the text. It could be any color you want. I'm gonna now do black, and you just want to type in your title. You can do this in a sprite, but I recommend do it in a backdrop because it just takes up less sprites and it makes your game loader load quicker, and yeah, it's just a good way of doing it. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is have the cat castaway title in the top left. It can be in the top right for you if you want. I might actually do that. There we go. Cat castaway. There we go. You can add animation to it if you want, but I don't really want to. And then if it's just Cat Castaway or whatever your game is called, you can do that. But if I was to make my game called Cat Castaway Stranded, then obviously I would change it a bit. Oh, I made this accidentally. Oh no. Okay, so then we want to make this color red, and we want to put Stranded here in the bottom right. Or we could just put it there. I say we put it there. So that's what it's going to be. That's what it is for now. So let's go over here, click this, move it to wherever you want, whatever colours you want. That is absolutely fine. Does not bother me at the slightest. The next thing we want to do is go over to the play button that we have and rename it to play button. Now once you've got the play button renamed, you want to do a simple script. So we want to go back over to events, you want to drag the when green flag clicked block over here, and then you want to go over to looks. Actually, wait, scratch that. You want to go over to the when the sprite clicked. When the sprite clicked, and then we want to go over to looks. We want to go over to switch costume to costume button 2 B, and then we want wait, and then we can have 0.4 seconds, make it quite quick, and then we can just duplicate this block here. So let's test it. Click the green button, click it. That's too long, so we want to make it like this, 0.1. Okay, that's good. So now that what works, what we want to do is go click. We don't need to do anything because there's nothing actually running. And then you want to go over to the save. Click the save button to save what you have done here. Now we need to add some more detail onto the background menu. So we want to go over to backdrops. And I'm not going to worry sounds just yet. And we're going to go and, let's just, I'm not too sure, should we make a sun? Yeah, let's have a sun. I know that's covering our title, but don't worry for now. There we go. Now we want to go select the title, make it say forward. There we go. And then boom, it's now forward in front of the sun. Now the next thing you want to do, you can do whatever you want. You could make it animated, but that would require you making a sprite, because I would not recommend doing this and then changing it. That is not a very good idea. You just want one menu, because otherwise they overcomplicate stuff, and you just want it to be as simple as possible. Okay, the next thing you want to do is now go over to your sprites. Could click choose a sprite. Actually, wait, no. Get out of that. Go back to your play button, hover over it, right click, and click duplicate. Now it will create a play button 2. You want to set this to 0, 0, and then you want to move it down like, I don't know, let's say 5. Oh wait, no, it'd be, let's do -20. It's too little. Let's do -100. That's good. So now they're the exact same, and it's all good. So now we want to delete this play text off of the other button, and this will be the stop game, the quit button. Let's say. So let's just type in quit. So okay, now we want to Control C that to copy it. I want to go over to your other button and do it right there. Boom. There we go. Now we have another button, and it has the exact same code, and which is good. This is what we want. Now, if you're someone that likes to move this stuff around in the game, I would recommend hooking it up with the motion blocks. So you want to go to play button, and this one's fairly simple. You want to go to the motion tab here, go to X equals 0, Y equals 0. Drag that underneath the when green flag block, because that means whenever you click green flag, it will appear there, which is nice. You want to do the same for the quit button, so click here, and you also want to rename it while you're doing this. Just call it the quit button. It doesn't actually quit the user out of the game, it just stops the whole game, which is good. Alright, the next thing you want to do is go to the go to position again. You should still be in the motion tab, and then drag it here. So now it will always be there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is create the quit button to stop the whole thing. So you want to go to control, I think it is. You want to scroll down until you see stop all. That's what you want to get. So then you want to drag over to here, and which is good. So now stop, the quit button is all good. Now you want to save. Alright, now you want to go over to choose another sprite. We're going to go choose another sprite, and we're going to go find another button. This button could be good, or this button could be good. Let's do button 3 because it has a little animation for us. Let's drag this into the bottom left corner of our screen, and let's just, when the green flag clicked, let's get that. And let's switch the costume to button 3A. And then obviously we're going to get the event tab open and drag in the when this sprite clicked, go over to the switch costume 3A bit, duplicate that, put that there, and then drag in this bit here. Do not connect it. Actually, you could connect it. Just connect it anyway. Drag this and put it in between the two blocks. Make sure they are first and second in that order. Should we? No, it's meant to be in the second and then first order. And then you want to put the time at 0.1. Which is good. So, let's test it. Click the green flag. Yep, that works. We're not going to click this before we click this. That works. Now let's click this. As you can see, when we click it, this red, is it hexagon, octagon? This red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This red octagon here will flash red, meaning that everything will save. So let's click save. And as you can see here, we're going to go over here to it here. We want to rename it while we're doing this. Call it the setting button. Settings button. That's absolutely fine. Now we want to just write the word settings on it. If it doesn't fit, don't worry. Shrink it a bit. Put it more in the block. There we go. So now we want to control V that. Then we're going to go over to the other button and click Control V. So now it is all good. Next thing we want to do is go over to code, and we want to make it so it switches the backdrop, which is a very simple thing to do. So we want to go over to looks, whilst in the setting button, we want to go over to switch backdrop to, and it says menu and there's no other backdrops, so that's fine. We go over to backdrops, click backdrops, we do this, go to this button here, and we're going to go paint, and then it will give us the blank backdrop again. Then we want to rename this backdrop to settings. Now you want to go over to here and you want to go to fill, and you want to select the colour, because otherwise it would be a bit weird. See, mine doesn't fill for me, which is a bit annoying. There we go, now we've coloured it. We're also going to copy and paste the sun into our setting menu. We could copy and paste the title, but that just gives away the menu screen. So instead, what we're going to do is copy and paste the stranded into the setting menu, drag it to the top right corner, and then edit the text. Oh, convert to vector, sorry. It's not letting me edit the text, so we're going to do this, and then it will let me. Yeah, it's not working. So we're going to quickly get rid of that, convert to vector. Now we're going to copy and paste that in, and we're going to change it so it's settings. Then you're going to make it a bit bigger, put it over in the top right corner. You can put it wherever, because it's your game that you're making, and then you can make it whatever colour. Just don't make it a colour close to the background colour, otherwise you won't be able to see it. Alright, next thing you want to do is go over to your code and go over to your play button code and go to events. Then you want to see, then you should be able to see when backdrop switches to menu. Right, when backdrop switches to menu, I'm going to click that. And you're going to go to settings, then go to looks and go down to hide. Then you also want to grab the show button and click and drag it onto the when green flag clicked. And then you want to grab this code, drag it into the quit button. So now the quit button has that code. You also want to grab the show button and do the same. So the next thing we want to do is go over back to the settings button, switch backdrop menu to settings, because that's fairly simple. Now we want to duplicate this button here. However, we want it to hide when green flag clicked. There we go. We also want, I would save now, because if there are any bugs you can come back to it later. And once it's like this, you want to go over to simple. So we want to grab this, we want to go motion, we want to hook it up, anchor there, and we're also going to duplicate this block and put it into there. I didn't receive it. I'm not receiving it, which is a bit annoying. So I'm now gonna doesn't work. So let's just go to backpack. Let's put it in there. This is my scripts from my other game. We can delete them now. I want to bring this over to here. So we're going to do it like this. It doesn't want to work for some reason. So we're just going to have to memorize the things. Oh, God. -94, -194, -1, -194. I think it's 154. Yeah. -154. There we go. So now it will be there. Now we want to click it when it says menu. So if you click the button, it will go to menu. And then we want to go over to when backdrop is menu, we want it to be hide. There we go. And then you want to copy and paste this, put it under it, change the thing, make it show settings. So now if we click this, click settings, and click settings again. Oh wait, I forgot to do the most important part. If I'm going to go here, when backdrop switches to settings, hide, and duplicate this, menu, show. So now save, settings, 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 settings. Yep, there we go. It seems to be working absolutely fine. However, now these guys, we need to do the exact same. So just copy and paste these, change it to menu, and make them show. So now, click save. Go to settings. Yep, that works. It's still there. It's absolutely fine. This is amazing. So yeah. So that was the first ever video for the Scratch 2D survival game. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe for more tutorials. Turn on notification bells to never miss a tutorial upload, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.